of Nigeria. Martins Odiete is a very good friend of mine and is joining us on Sports tonight. Martins, good to have you on Sports tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Let me start with where Austin Popo left off.
Yeah.
Abuja Swan. I want to commend you for the crusade for the girls. 18 months and still counting. What is the latest? The last time we had anything about it was that the girls had to have a meeting with the management and the directorate of FCT, and probably some stories around disbanding the team. What's the latest?
As you've said it all, there's no latest apart from that, because you know, when we started this whole campaign about the FCT Queens, we felt that it's total injustice for you to owe a group of players for 18 months.
Girls particularly.
Girls particularly for 18 months, and every attempt to ensure that they pay this money has fallen on deaf ear. And so we felt that the best way to go about it was to cry out with these girls and ensure and get the administrators, those concerned, to pay these girls their money. Because these girls, like you said, they are ladies, they have responsibility, they play football, they don't have any other job, and if you don't pay them, how do you expect them to survive? So it's against that backdrop we took up that issue. And you know, it is just one of the other issues that we raised. It's just that...
How did it come about, Martin? How did it come about? How did you discover that this was going on with the FCT Queens? 18 months, that's a year and 6 months.
Now, basically what happens is we have our Congress, the Congress of...
That's Abuja Swan.
Yeah, Abuja Swan, the Sport Writers Association of Nigeria, Abuja chapter. We normally have our Congress every month. And at every Congress, we discuss topical sporting issues. And on this particular one, we discussed the state of sports in FCT. And it is while discussing it that this case came up. And from every Congress, we come out with a communique that normally follow with a very wide publication. And that was how it started. It was not that we were just prompted by anything. It came out of the discussion we had at the Congress. And that was how we came about this discussion. And that was why we came to understand that these ladies have been owed for 18 months. We talked also about the state of sports facilities in FCT. We also talked about the fact that for 5 years, we did not have a single association running in FCT. Only one man has been running sports.
For how many years?
5 years.
You have not had what?
We don't have associations, the standing
sports associations.
Sports associations.
Basketball,
athletics, boxing.
The different associations.
The different associations.
5 years, you've not had it in Abuja?
We've not had it. The only one man has been running sports, that's the director of sports. It's just like you have a National Sports Commission running sports alone without the
associations.
Now this is associations. And where is this issue? And issues attracted the interest of the authorities. And we were happy, yes, these things were going to have headway right now. The Minister of State, FCT, the madam called us. And we had a meeting with the Secretary of State, Mrs. Blessing Onu, the Director of Sports, Ali Musa. We had a meeting where it was agreed that after the National Sport Festival, the associations will be reconstituted. The ladies will be paid. To that effect, even the Minister of Sport had to take a tour of some of the facilities in the FCT. I mean, to have a first-hand information about these facilities. After then, we're almost 9 months after or 10 months after then, nothing has been done. A promise that they were going to have the associations reconstituted after the sport festival. This is 9 months after sport festival, nothing has been done. The ladies have not been paid till now. And because we've kept quiet, maybe we just say, let's give them some time and see if maybe they're trying to put their house in order. We've given them enough time. How long are we going to give you? Then we now came out, we went back to the Congress. Because most of our Congress members were thinking that maybe the ESCOs, we've settled for some
powerless, or they have settled you, compromised you.
Yeah, and so that's why we kept quiet. So we went back to the Congress and we addressed the Congress. This is how far we've gone, but see, now nothing has been done. And that was how we came about the resurgence again in our activities, in our campaign against this issue. And so it is very pathetic, a very pathetic issue. Apart from the facility issue we're talking about, the state of sport facility in the FCT, the sporting association, we said it's not in place. This girls' issue is very, very pathetic. Because just go and visit the camp. Most of them stay in the camp at the parade ground there, a very deplorable situation, very deplorable condition, that you will not even want somebody to stay. We're not even talking about that, the condition they live.
That is even a different issue.
That's a different issue entirely. We've not even visited their terms of contract. In fact, they will tell that they don't have contract. If they don't have contract, how do you have a club that you don't have contract for them? How do you pay them? This club didn't just start today. This club has been there. This club has produced national team players. This club has been a very strong team in FCT and in Nigeria. All of a sudden, in the past few years, because some people cannot manage it again, or they don't know how to manage football, that is how these girls have found themselves in this position. And now the solution to this whole crisis, because we started raising eyebrows, we started talking about it, they are now mooting the idea to disband the team. Is that the way to solve the problem? You don't create another problem.
Won't disbanding the team solve this problem once and for all?
We say no, because you have a social development, you have a social responsibility to the citizens of FCT to engage the use of the territory. Disbanding this team now, you are disengaging the use of the territory, which negates the total transformation agenda of Mr. President. Engage the youth. Sport is one veritable area, one good platform to engage youth in the country. And when you now begin to now disengage them, then the whole thing means that that's not the solution. The fact is that some people are they're not capable of managing this area very well. So take them to other areas. Maybe they could manage them very well, but bring people that will be able to manage sports very well, not mooting the idea of disbanding them because you can't really run the club very well. So those are the issues we're talking about. We're not fighting personalities. We are against what is happening in the system. Because some people have misconstrued it to mean that we don't like some people's rivals. Yeah, political rivals. We don't like some people's face. Some people are sponsoring us. I've just told you how this whole thing came about. It came about from our Congress. So how can we be sponsored to fight some people? It's just a total misunderstanding and just to mislead the public in order to digress their attention from the things we're talking about. These ladies should be paid. And we're against the fact that you disband. You don't have to disband this team. Engage these people. Run the club very well. And let us have a stand. We don't even have a Premier League club in FCT for the boys. Now we have one that is for the girls. You want to disband them just because you don't know how to manage them very well. Those are the things we are totally against.
Martins, how long have you been on this matter? For how much longer are you willing to hold out?
Now, we started this matter last year. That was when
last year. It's already a year now.
Yeah, almost a year now, because that was when the Congress mandated the ESCO to carry out this campaign. And like you ask, how long can we continue? We are going to continue as long as, because we've said that we've started by making our press releases to call the attention to these things. Any move they want to make, we'll get information. Of course, we are journalists. We'll get any information of any move they want to make, and so we are not ready to rest on our horse until we see these girls paid. In fact, until we see sporting associations come back to FCT, until the facilities in FCT improves, because this is what enhances our job as sports journalists. If we don't have these things in place, then what are we reporting? Are we going to be reporting only national team, Super Eagles only? Is that the only thing we should be reporting when we're supposed to be reporting athletics very well? This is our catchment